Hello, this is my personal narrative speech for Professor Bill Gibbs' speech class. My name is Jennifer Jade Johnson. I go by my middle name, Jade. I was born and raised in Texas my entire life. The two most important things to me in my life are my family and my animals. I have an amazing husband who works very hard so that I can go to school and take care of our children. God has blessed us with 3 beautiful children. My oldest daughter, Kristen, she was born when I was 16 years old. She's almost 16. She's the high school mascot. My middle child, Keely, she's 13 years old. She plays the trumpet in the high school band. She also participates in volleyball, softball, and basketball. The youngest of my 3 children is Judson. He's 5 years old. He was born on December 14th, 2005, when he was 10 days old. He was life-flighted to Children's Hospital in Dallas with a 20% chance to live for 24 hours on Christmas Eve of all days. He has an immune system disorder that has caused him to get sick and be in and out of the hospital his entire life. That's put quite a strain on our family. He recently started kindergarten and is going to school half days. My animals are my life too. They're like my children. I have, are you ready for this? 17 animals. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a lot, but we started rescuing animals a few years ago, and now we have accumulated 3 horses, 8 dogs, 5 cats, and a goat. We have stopped rescuing animals since then because it's gotten very costly, as you can imagine. I have devoted my life to everything that my children do. I try to be at everything that they do. I know that one day they're going to be grown and I will miss that, so I want to be as involved as possible. I haven't always known what I wanted to do with my life, but I went to work at a Christian daycare a few years ago, and I was working in the pre-K classroom, and I feel that that's where God has led me, is to be a teacher. I felt like that's where my heart is. So I'm 31 years old now, going to school so that I can hopefully be a teacher someday. Since I started school again, it seems like my life has turned into an even bigger roller coaster than it was before. In March, my 13-year-old daughter, Keely, got very ill. She got put in the hospital, and it turns out she had MRSA staph, and it was at her cavernous sinus, which is like right here. She had to have surgery to prevent it from going to the brain because that would have been deadly for her. I took my final for that class at the hospital, actually. And then 5 weeks later, my husband was put in the hospital, which was time for another final. He also had MRSA staph in his knee, so I took that final at the hospital as well. My son has recently become very sick in the past 8 weeks. He was diagnosed with mono, and because of his suppressed immune system, it's been a lot harder on him than it would be a normal child. So he's only going to school half days right now. The one thing I guess I have learned through everything is that you can make plans for your life, and you can do your best to follow them. But if God has other plans for you, you just have to find strength from Him and allow Him to guide you to make it through. Because when I look back at everything that I've faced in my life, I wonder how I've made it through it. And I know that there's no way I could have made it through it without God. I'm very determined, so I hope that He gives me the strength to continue and finish with school and become a teacher one day. Thank you.